I am satisfied with my care. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to episode 1 of Baymax. This is a spin-off slash sequel series to Big Hero 6. It is only 6 episodes long, and yeah, it's our next poll series, taking the place for the time being of Tangled, the series. I want to say off the bat here regarding Tangled. I don't know if we're going to get back to that right after this, simply because this is only 6 episodes long, which I didn't know when I put it on the poll and when it initially won. I think I found out after. But yeah, it's like 6 episodes is not that long. And I feel like I would want it to be a little bit longer before we get back to Tangled. So we'll probably have another poll in between and then get back to Tangled after that. So just letting you know that ahead of time. Now, I have seen Big Hero 6 many times. It's a fantastic movie that blends Japanese and American influences into one to create this superhero story that is based off of I believe it's Marvel comic. Now, Baymax was not my favorite character in it. Maybe third or fourth favorite character. But I enjoyed Baymax for what he was. The problem is, most of the time, he felt like he was either just comic relief or kind of a plot device. Like, the only times that he didn't feel like comic relief were, like, the times where he was helping Hiro get over his depression because of Tadashi's passing. And he felt more like a plot device in those moments than anything. Like, honestly speaking, Baymax never felt like part of the team, I guess you could say. Part of the crew. Along with Hiro and Honey Lemon and Go-Go and everyone. It's like, they all felt like they were part of this superhero team. Baymax always felt like a tool. Or a pet, for lack of a better term. It's more equivalent to, I don't know, Crypto the Superdog, Ace the Bat Hound, something like that. Or if you want to go with like MCU stuff, like Falcon / Captain America's Red Wing, that would be probably another example you could go with. Baymax never felt like an actual, character. So I'm wondering if this series is going to rectify that. If this series is going to make him feel like more than just, a plot device. I guess we're going to see. Now, I don't know how many of like the original voice cast are going to be in this. I don't know how many of like the original characters are going to be in this. I'm going into this pretty much completely blind. I don't know what to expect. I don't even know if this really has like too much of a story. I mean, it's only 6 episodes. And I don't know if it's like going to be like anything large to focus on, if you know what I mean. It might just be like Baymax doing things occasionally. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what to expect from this in terms of how the content is going to be handled. If it's going to be more serialized or if it's going to be more episodic. Now I do know there is another, like, there is a Big Hero 6 series that I think I think this series is CG like the movie is, but the Big Hero 6 series I think is more traditional animation. And I think that series is longer. I think it's a couple seasons. So I assume that that one is probably more story focused than this. But again, I mean, I don't know for sure because, I mean, you have a lot of shows on streaming that are 6 or even less episodes for seasons nowadays. Um, Even like Disney Plus shows, MCU stuff like Miss Marvel was only 6 episodes. I believe the Obi-Wan Kenobi series was only 6 episodes. So yeah, that's kind of becoming a new norm to have streaming shows have only between 6 and 10 episodes. It's disappointing, but that's not really something I want to go into here. I've talked about that before, and I could talk about it for a long time, but that's not really the point here. So I'm not like hugely invested in this. Although I was a fan of the movie and everything, it's like this isn't something like that's massive for me. But I am curious. I am interested. Also, this is a donation reward for Isabella as well. It was a request, just like all the other options on the poll were. And so, just wanted to mention that real quick. It's not just a random poll option. Because I probably wouldn't have ever chosen this on my own, just being honest. But all of that being said, this isn't the only thing we are currently reacting to. We are doing 2 shows every day, Monday through Friday. We also do reactions to YouTube videos on Mondays. And on Wednesdays, we also do streams for gaming. And after we finish up Momodora Moonlit Farewell, we're probably going to go into doing some PS5 stuff. We also do movies every Saturday and Sunday. Movies are almost always donation rewards as well. And yeah, everything on the channel varies in terms of its content, in terms of genre and style and age and everything. So we always get to a lot of unique, interesting stuff. There's always something on the channel for everyone. And I'm excited to see where a lot of this goes in the future. But for now, we're going to get into this first episode of Baymax and see what we have in store. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades black, then it fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, 2 things. 1, I looked it up. The voice actors are the same. They're the same VAs, so there is that. The second thing, though, I did not know this was like a series of shorts. Like, I knew the series was short, but I didn't know that it was a series of shorts. That changes things though, because here's the thing. Like, what, 6.5, 7 minutes long? If each episode is like, let's say 6 minutes to 10 minutes long, let's say somewhere around there. That's really short. Like, that's less than like one of those half-length shows like Star Versus or Steven Universe, where you have like 11-minute episodes. That's like shorter than that. And it's like, that's like a YouTube reaction length. And I'm just wondering, should I do multiple episodes per video? The only problem is if I were to do that, then I would have to do, at this point, 2 episodes and then probably three, or 3 episodes and then two, because that's all that's left. There's only 5 episodes left after this. But if I did only, if I stayed to 1 episode a week, there's the aspect of, oh, it's just really short. I just don't have much to actually record. It does save on time, but it feels like I'm just not getting a lot of content. That's my big, like, debate here. It's like, do I want more content at a time, or do I want the extra time in my day, basically? And it's not like it's a huge amount of time that I save. It's like maybe like 15 minutes. But still. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like impatient enough to where I could wait. I could wait between I could wait for a week between episodes. That's not an issue. But it's like I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna wait each week and just do 1 episode at a time. Um, I think that's the best option here. I was not expecting this, so it caught me really off guard, and it's just didn't really know what to do about that. I think that's what we're gonna do though, because if we try to do multiple episodes at once, it's gonna end way too quickly. And mind you, like I said, I'm already like planning on like doing another poll in between this and getting back to Tangled, but still, I think we'll do it that way. Okay, so let's talk about the actual episode. I'm still gonna call it an episode. This was simple. And this is kind of telling me that these are going to be very episodic, very simplistic, and taking into account the idea of Baymax going off and helping people around San Francisco. That's all this is going to be. And that's fine. I'm just wondering how in depth it's going to get, because this one, it went into a little bit of depth with this. So we have this lady named Kiko. She's an elderly woman. She has some body pains, and Baymax hears her cries of pain and tries to help her. He's like, "Oh, I scanned you. You have these pains, but it can be helped with the right medication and some physical activity." And he notices there's a pool right next door, and he's like, "Oh, well, look at that. There's a pool. That would be great to get physical activity with. There's like literal water therapy. That is a thing." So it's like she refuses, though, and it's made very clear she has some issue with the pool. Baymax takes this as a fear of water, but it's very clearly from the beginning not. It's very clearly something else, and I had a few things going through my head. I'm thinking like, oh, did she lose someone at a pool? Like, did someone drown in a pool? Someone close to her? And I would not put that past this, because Big Hero 6 got pretty dark, if we're being honest. Um, I'm thinking like, oh, maybe she herself had a near drowning experience, and that like traumatized her, specifically from the pool, not from water. But either way, Baymax tries to help her get over water, even offering lollipops and everything as like, a treat for when she accomplishes things, which she doesn't really actually do anything. He's just like spraying her and stuff. She eventually gets sick of it, follows him around town, and yeah, it was a ruse, just like I expected. He was leading her to the pool where she finally reveals that it's because of her late husband. Her husband is gone. Even though she doesn't say that, it's made very clear. And when they were young, he would always love, swimming in the pool. He was not really particularly great at it, according to her, always flopping around and all. But he loved to do it. And she never got up the courage to join him. She never really gave it a chance herself. So Baymax tells her it's not too late. You're in good enough health. You can do this. And he even helps her and joins her by going in with her. And they take a photo that can be put right next to her husband's, and yeah, it's really nice, and it touches on the topic of having an extreme regret that doesn't exactly make you afraid to do something, but it makes you like feel like it's too late to act on something you've always wanted to but never really worked up to doing. It definitely has a lot more depth than if it was just afraid of water, or even afraid of the pool because of something bad happening in it. It's a lot more in depth than that, and it shows that this woman was just holding on to that regret, and it was hurting her. Not necessarily physically, she had other reasons for her physical pains, but emotionally and mentally it was hurting her. And Baymax did help. He did give her care with that. Now, Baymax, we knew from the movie, and we definitely see it here, is not exactly the best at handling these kind of things all the time. It's like sometimes he has a little too much, like, forcefulness, I guess is the best way to put it, to where it's like, oh, he's going to try to help you whether you like it or not, and that's not always good. That's not always the best way to handle it. Sometimes it can work, but sometimes it could also lead to problems. And I think that's one thing that I don't know if this is ever going to really tackle. It tackled it a little bit in Big Hero 6 itself, with Baymax constantly trying to, help and cheer up Hero after Tadashi's death. And Hero, kind of going crazy and, like, getting extremely angry about it. Like, it caused a lot of issues. But I don't think we're going to really see any of that here. I could be wrong, though. I could be. I'm definitely curious to see, like, what other kind of things that they touch on in this, though. Because I don't think it's just going to be physical stuff. I think we're going to tackle more stuff like this through this series. Now, the fact that this is only 6 episodes, but is also a series of shorts, yet the actual full series, Big Hero 6, was traditionally animated. I wonder if that was because of budget reasons. Like, was this made into just 6 shorts because it was, hard to budget for an entire full series of, like, 20-minute episodes with this kind of animation? Or was this just always in the plan to make it a series of shorts? I know that there's that I Am Groot series for the MCU that I believe is also like this, a series of shorts, rather than like an actual show, but I haven't seen that. So honestly, I can't really say. I don't really have a comparison to make with that. But this was good. I mean, nothing to write home about, nothing special, but it was good. Um, yeah, it was just it was it was fun. It was interesting. It definitely kept the same humor and style of the movie. I had no issue with it, but like I said, it was nothing altogether special. But we do have a lot of other shows on this channel that can give us something maybe a little more special, something a little more of what I'm looking for in that regard. Because we do 2 reactions to shows each day of the week, Monday through Friday. On the weekends, we do a movie on each day, Saturday and Sunday. On Mondays, we also do a YouTube reaction. And on Wednesdays, I do gaming content. Right now, we are live streaming Momodora Moonlit Farewell, but that will be ending soon. And after that, we'll probably be going to PS5 stuff. So, yeah, I'm excited for what's to come, and I'm hoping that this series continues to be good and maybe even goes into some more intense topics. That would be pretty interesting to see how they handle certain things. I mean, again, they've already kind of handled that a bit in the actual movie, but there's other things they could handle here. Excuse me. That could be really interesting too. So, for the time being, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this first episode of Baymax? And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.